Hey, give Niagara a lot of credit. I thought Greg's team really played well against Xavier the other night, and I thought they really played well here. I think they're got some guards that are a handful that we struggled to contain there, particularly early as they got going. But I thought our guys had some really good responses and some really good moments, and was proud of some of the growth with some of those guys. I thought our backcourt with Jamari and Michi and Malachi had some really good moments as well. Justice coming back, and then obviously it was great having Kyle as well. So yeah, look, this was a hard-fought win. Again, give Niagara a lot of credit for that, and we'll need to continue to work and get ready for a really tough one on Monday night.
You mentioned Kyle. What sort of emotional lift does that give just to see him come back in? You got a pretty good ovation, and then 10 seconds in, you run the backdoor dunk play for him. That always seems to work.
Yeah, he's he's obviously beloved for good reason. I think when you lay it on the line like he does, night in and night out, this fan base is going to love you because of how he plays, the heart he plays with, the fact of how much he loves being a Buckeye. He'll go down in that. So it was great to hear him get an ovation, and well-deserved. As a coach, you're just really happy for him. I was really happy to see him and Justice out there, and both guys feeling healthy enough to be out there. I like having them out there. Obviously, they're good players, but more than anything, and they're going to continue to have to go through some rust, shake some rust off. But I'm just really happy for those two.
When you mentioned Justice, it seemed like he looked a little bit more smooth than he did the other day. I know it's not just going to be a straight incline for him as far as progression, but where did he seem better to you? Where did he seem more like the Justice we saw last year?
Oh, I just think in general he's. I think in general he just felt a little more relaxed. I thought the pressure bothered him a little bit. His ball handling is still got to get a little tighter, a little sharper. His skills have to continue to grow. But when you've been off as long as he's been off, your skills aren't going to be in the same place. So I just think in general he showed good aggressiveness, had a couple of key deflections, moved well, and provided a real lift.
Coach, how big were those late threes from Jamari, and what took him so long to take a shot? Because that first three there was his first shot of the game.
I don't know. Trust me, that's come up in film sessions before. And people are going to sit in the gap. The kid shot 36% from three last year, and he's a good shooter. He just needs to get his hands and feet ready, and Malachi really delivered a nice pass to him on one of those. So it was great to see because our team needs that from him. While he may not be a guy that's constantly going to create, he can create some, but what he can do is shoot the ball. And I loved seeing it. I was really happy for him because we've been on him about doing that.
You mentioned Malachi. Just what went into the decision for him to start? Was that just being so impressed by the way he handled the pressure late in the first game?
No, I think listen, the starting lineup will be fluid all throughout the year. I don't think we'll have the same lineup. We may not have the same lineup as many as 10 to 15 games. I think there'll be a variation of it. That's just the way this year is. So it'll be fluid. It doesn't mean really one thing over another. We could have started a number of guys really tonight.
And then EJ with another huge night, 29 points, a career high for him. Does that kind of underscore again what we've been talking about with the fact that other guys maybe on the perimeter need to step up more in terms of scoring?
Well, I think he's just playing the game. And playing the game the way it is, and I think he's being aggressive, and he had openings tonight. He's got to turn a little bit less, but he's had a great start offensively here, and I think he's taken some strides defensively, but he's got to continue to grow in that area. But I think he's just playing the game, and part of that is he's been aggressive offensively, and I love seeing that.
Coach, you've made it pretty clear that this is a work in progress throughout the course of the season. What tonight did you see progress-wise that you were really happy with?
I liked our guard play at times. I really did. I thought we took a step forward with some of our guard play for sure. I thought Zed gave us a good lift, but more than anything, I thought we had some good things with our guard play.
Coaches hate it when you trade in baskets, and that whole first half,
Yeah.
you were up 2, down 2, up 1, whatever. And first 5 minutes of the second half, I think you guys got ahead by 10. Ultimately, that's what it ends up, 10. Does it feel like maybe you only played to your standard defensively for about 5 minutes of this 40-minute game? Or what do you think?
I
What
don't
will
know
be
if
the
it's
message?
Yeah, I don't know if it's only 5 minutes, but we certainly need to play better defensively, more consistently defensively. We need to just impact things more on that end. But I think it was probably more than 5 minutes, honestly. I mean, again, this is a team that had some pretty good offensive moments the other night against Xavier. So they're in a good rhythm right now. Early in the year, their guards are good. The transfer they got from South Alabama is able to make shots for them. And they had a kid tonight who had not made more than 1 3 his entire career and threw in 2. But you have that sometimes, and you have that sometimes when you're quote unquote favored to win, and you got to be able to respond.
Kind of on top of that, is there a trick when you see a team in as much of a rhythm from 3 as Niagara was? And I mean, how to defend that, how to get your guys to defend that, especially when they're hitting.
Yeah, you don't want to panic and overclose and create driving lanes. I think you just want to challenge and consistently challenge and hope that they're going to miss some of those. I think we could have had a little bit better challenge on a number of those, but we had to change our ball screen coverage in the second half, late in the first half, just because they had guys making threes that hadn't consistently made threes.
Kind of a similar question to that. If you compare this game to a boxing match, I would say Marcus Hammond came out and threw like the first body blow right off the rip. 11 or 12 points in the first 4 minutes. And then he had a good game in the end, but it definitely tapered off. What kind of adjustments did you make defensively on him for the rest of the game to kind of stop that? I mean, he was flame-throwing in the first few minutes.
Yeah, I think we had to commit to the ball at him with some of this. We had to change our ball screen coverage in the middle of the floor at times. We didn't really change our matchup. The biggest thing is I think we just had to change how we were covering the ball in the middle of the floor.
It's pretty obvious whenever Kyle is out there that he changes the way the offense moves with his ability to pass and post. And he and BJ put off each other, even if he wasn't fully himself tonight. It seemed like he was in total play. What does having that paired with, now you have somebody in Zed who can really be physical down on and clear out space for EJ. They talked about that on Tuesday. What does having 2 different players who complement EJ in such a different way do for your offense? I mean, balance having those 2 things when they're so different in their strengths.
Well, that's why they really play well together, because they're different players. That's a huge part of last year when we were, playing really well in January and February. Having those 2 guys together, they're just they really complement each other well. And that's why, particularly with their versatility, that's why, Kyle and EJ together, their defensive versatility is why when he's out, we really miss him. Because he brings great energy, he moves really well, the ball moves with him, and then he's got great defensive versatility. That's why he's so important to us.
How do you see Zed fitting in with that trio with Kyle and Fully helping?
Yeah, Zed's got to continue to work on his defensive versatility, but he also provides better length than Kyle. I made a mistake. I should have had Zed in on that last possession of the half there defensively. But yeah, they're different. Kyle moves much better right now than Zed.
You talked about switching up some of the ball screen defenses on Hammond. It seemed like Jamari also maybe took a little bit on his shoulders, and I know some of those early buckets came, he was getting to get better of Malachi. Teaching moment for Malachi as far as, I don't know, dialing in a little bit more to the scouting report, or just what it takes to defend at this level?
Yeah, I think so, probably. Yeah, I mean, you go after a guy, you get 2 quick fouls, the guy kind of comes at you. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough matchup. The kid's a really good player, and he got going. I think he had shot maybe 30% from 3 last year. But he got going. He made a few. It's that's good. I think that's a really good thing for Malachi. He's going to be playing against a lot of really good guards.
Yeah.
I look at that as a really good thing for him. Early in the year to go against a guy like that and get challenged and exposed in some ways. And then I thought he came back and responded well.
And then at the end of the first half, you guys had the ball and you took kind of a quick shot with about a minute to go. Were you trying to go 2 for 1 at the end of the first half? I know ultimately there was the foul and they got the fast break, but
There was a minute to go and we took a quick shot.
yeah, it was kind of early in the shot clock and I thought maybe you were trying to.
We typically go 2 for 1. We weren't in that situation.
Okay.
But we do, we have a specific time period that we're going, but we weren't specifically in that situation.
Wrap up with Jackie back there.
Kyle said he saw the team's communication improve from game 1 to game 2. Is that something that just comes with getting more comfortable with each other as the games progress?
Yep.
Or-
Playing together, we really need to play games. And obviously, these first 2 have been challenging. Monday night's going to be very challenging. I think the Bowling Green team's really good. So I think bottom line is, yeah, we need to play games. We need to play games. We need to have experiences like this. We're a work in progress, but I was really proud of some of the things our guys did tonight. I thought they did some really good things, and we'll see if we can improve here in the next 2 days and move forward on a Monday.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chris.